Today is going to be difficult. Now, the subject matter is going to be kind, but the difficulty is going to be up there because I'm building from what I did last time. I'm resending you all the CPT hand guide just in case you cannot find it. You are still turning in your homeworks, and we're about to take it higher. I put it in the lineup and the Zoom chat. You need it. We're beginning with it, and then we're gonna go from there. Well, keep going. No, do that. Go find it, and then I'll give you today's title. Because as soon as I say today's, y'all all stop what you were doing. So go ahead. That's okay. Okay, go look for your CPT sheets. And you're going to go to page, I think it's 54. Yes, 50. You're going to go to 55, page 55. And we're going to be here for the rest of the class. We'll be on 55 for the rest of the class. Excuse me, for the rest of the 20 something weeks, whatever it is. That class is what I mean. Yeah, the big one. The whole thing. The whole thing. The whole thing. We're going to take what you learned. You're going to see how this class is a pivotal, it's an intersection to where everything before can't make any sense until right now. That being said, today's class is how trauma collapses your way or collapses superposition. How trauma collapses. No, I'm going to say superposition. Okay, so superposition, because that's the way I want you to know it. If you looking for another word, infinite possibilities. If you want to put that underneath, if you want another word on that to tie into Thursday nights, how trauma collapses free will into determinism. Okay. Now that one y'all should have paid attention. That last one should have been very.
Oh yeah. This is so since we started this class, it's been in alignment with my physiology and consciousness class. And the last assignment I had to turn in is how we create our own reality. So
well, then you should have loved this class there because that's exactly, and that's usually how it works. The universe is only going to keep you where you're supposed to be. It's never going to put you where you're behind. That's two bombshells. I dropped that
sure.
fast, and y'all.
It was organ music, but it should have been right there. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The universe is never going to put you where you're behind. You're always right where you're supposed to be. But our consciousness, right? We're the only creatures, Tracy, that have the consciousness to say, "Oh, God's plan isn't working for me. It's working for everybody else, but not for me." That type of thing, which is really what we're saying when we get upset. And you go, "I never get upset." Okay, it's what we're saying when we get affected in any way. Right? It's what we're saying. It's what we're saying. So today's title is okay, Lindsay. Today's title is how trauma collapses your waveform or superposition. How trauma collapses superposition. Another title for that is how trauma collapses infinite possibilities into what you don't want. There you go. If you want to into what you don't want, like write all these down because I don't want you to, you know how you after the class you go, man, that was good. What we talked about. You look at the notes and go, I don't know what that meant though. What does this mean? I'm trying to give it to you. Right? I'm also showing you how everybody's saying the same thing, but shooting each other over the different words. And we go to war over this. Like, pew pew. Right? We just go to war over it. And the third title is how trauma collapses free will into determinism, which is probably the most powerful for y'all due to I got y'all suffering on Thursday nights, or for some of you, Thursday early midnight in the morning. You know, for Ina and Lindsay.
You have us suffer Mondays and Thursdays, sir. Mondays and Thursdays. Let's just get this understood.
Well, fair enough. All my classes. So when as a teacher, well, for one, I'm kind of gifted as a teacher, but to make my life easy, Phil, I'll create series so I can know where I'm at and I can write them all at once. And then if I want to teach another series, if I'm doing something on Monday and I'm going to do something on Thursday, I don't want them fighting against each other. So I'll find a way to make them coincide. I'll find a way to make them coincide. That was kind of like doing like Westerns. Well, I guess everybody knew what Western Civ 1, which is this is world history 1. So we're talking 4,500 BC. And then you're also learning the old Genesis, the book of Genesis at the same time. While those two different subjects, they both happen in the same period. While one is a historian perspective, the other one is focused on, biblical. Anyway, so today's class is going to be difficult, not in your understanding. It's going to be difficult in, I'm going to pluck your programming and you're not going to like it. And I won't even know I'm doing it, but you're going to do what and who you really are, you're going to do. So I want to introduce some new terms to you before we get into the meat of it. And I want to listen. So everybody write down social construct. I know some of you know what that means. If you've been here as long as Phil and Susan and Deanna and Grayson, you've heard me give the Antonio definition of it, and I'm going to give that to you as well. I'm going to have Deanna, you're going to share your screen, and you're going to ask ChatGPT, what is a social construct? Give me a scholar's definition of a social construct. If you can do that for me. I want y'all to read this first, and then I'm going to give you the Antonio definition of a social construct. We're going to be saying the same thing, but I'm going to give you, actually, let me give you the Antonio definition first. Okay, before you share your screen down, let me give you the Antonio definition first. Antonio's definition is a social construct is an invisible world. You should write that down. Antonio's definition of a social construct is an invisible world with an invisible prison, with an invisible prisoner, and an invisible prison guard enforcing the very cruel. Actually, let's not make it cruel. Enforcing the very rules of the invisible warden. I will repeat. A social construct is an invisible world with an invisible prison. What's the only thing that exists in this world? A prison. Nothing else. There's no rivers, no waters, no trees, no Mozart, just a prison. And inside this prison, there's an invisible prisoner. And that prisoner is being guarded by an invisible guard who is enforcing the invisible rules of the invisible warden. That's the definition. I need to give you one more part after it. And it's a different sentence. To everything else, that was one sentence. Everything was commas. You're gonna put period. Does anybody need me to repeat? So I have no problem. I'll repeat again just in case, just so you can stay hiding behind the scenes. I'll repeat again. And social construct is an invisible world with an invisible prison, with an invisible prisoner, with an invisible guard and ruling over this prisoner. And that guard is enforcing the invisible rules, enforcing the rules of the invisible warden, period, starting a sentence with and, comma, you are the warden and the guard and the prisoner. That's your last sentence. And you are the warden and the guard and the prisoner. That's where most of today's class is going to be, and next week's, and the week after. And if you pay attention to what I did last week, I totally set it up with those videos and all the Dr. Quantum. I totally set up with Dr. Quantum, the double slit theory and all that stuff. And I'm setting up. As you've been with me long enough, you know my teachings are comprehensive. If you pull one, you're completely lost. If you pull one of them. Okay. Deanna, share your screen, please. And then ask ChatGPT what is, okay, get up. A social construct is an idea or concept that has been created and accepted by people in society. Unlike natural phenomena, social constructs are not inherently real. In a physical sense, that's why I said invisible, but gain their reality and significance through collective agreement and social interactions. They often shape, that's the prison, how individuals perceive and interact with the world around them. That's why you're in prison. Who's doing that? The prisoner guard is shaping how you're going to behave in the prison. Examples of social construct include money, which does not exist, gender role, which does not exist, race, which does not exist, social norms, which does not exist, COVID-19 reaction, which does not exist, or if you're leaning to the right, COVID-19, that does not exist. These constructs are widely different cultures at time periods, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you can stop right there. Yes, there's something you want to say. My definition is far better than that definition due to the fact that I gave you tangible illustrations for it. But if I was speaking at a college, I would have gave that definition. But that's why I wanted to give you my definition first, so you know I did not, Ebony, look at that and then gave you my definition. My definition is going to always be the same. It is an invisible world. What's the world? It's Ebony's world. And what's in the world? Only a prison. Why would Antonio call a social construct a prison? Because it ain't real, Tracy. No, the definition said, unlike natural phenomena, this, Susan, we just agreed on this. And all your trauma, you split yourself into pieces and you said, hey, Antonio, let's make more of me so we can have a jury on if we agree with what happened. Sure. How many more yous you want? Let's do 4 of us. Okay. You, Antonio, the one who went through it. Now let's have a warden that's going to make sure we keep going through it. Okay. Let's have a warden. We make sure we keep going through it. And then split yourself up, Antonio, as a guard to make sure that we keep going through it. And then split yourself up as a prison to make sure that we got a place to go through it. I don't care what you say. They would be, man, I should get a Nobel Peace Prize for breaking this down the way that I just did. I'm telling you, okay, the social constructs are serious. Now I want to give you all this 16, well, I'll be starting like 2 minutes late. This 14-minute explanation is for the sharing of the screen I'm about to do and the drawing on the whiteboard I'm about to do. You need all of this. before we move to questions, is anybody confused? Does anyone want to add questions or ask or add? And there's two different ways. I'm going to explain. You may want to add a question so you can then ask it. Deanna likes to do this. Let me ask you to see if I got it right. That may be you. And if you want to ask something that I just said to make sure you got it right,
I do.
All right, then there you go.
Oh, I thought it was on this whole time. My fault. So when you're talking about a social construct, I just want to clarify, you're talking about, for example, like a government, laws, maybe a social code that we all follow. Is that what you mean, a social construct?
It could be, so the last one is more accurate, but it can be a government and it can be a laws. First off, governments don't exist. Like there's no government seed that you put in Phil's backyard and then outgrows government, right? Like there's no, y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm being facetious, but like I want us to be very, I want us to understand what's real and then understand what controls us, which is mostly non-real things. It is very, I'm gonna get back to Jalen's question, but it is very important for y'all to understand that bananas are not controlling you, but the laws that we created, Phil, around these bananas are. Bananas grow out the ground for free, but if you steal one, I put you in a jail that I made up. That makes no sense. Jails make no sense. It's literally, there's nothing in nature that automatically created a prison, a jail. If you can't go in the backyard, if it's not on the periodic table, let's do that. If it's not on the periodic table, it's not real. But here's the deal. Y'all ain't never had no beef with no periodic table. Periodic table ain't asking for your taxes. It's all the other stuff we made up. That is so when you think like that, it's so liberating. Like some of y'all just went, whoa, that made sense. It's so liberating when you think about that we all know the things on the periodic table are real and everything else that we stress about that properly sold, like GMC calling us for our car note. GMC is a social construct. The car is a social construct. The car note is a social construct. And the money is a social construct. We just agreed that GMC would be the expert for transportation. We agreed that money would be the medium of exchange, and we agreed in contract that car note would be what I'm responsible for. We also agreed that these car companies, who are called ethical, will purposely build our cars with depreciating parts. So we have to go back to them again in 2 to 5 years. Surely y'all don't think we can't build a car that lasts quite a while. This is why Tesla is so expensive. I mean, so valuable, because that's what Tesla did. We can send somebody to the moon, but we can't make a motor last 5 years. That don't make no sense. Come on now. Brakes go bad in a year. All right, back to Jalen's question. So yes, everything you just said, government, society, and I forgot the middle thing you said. Those are social constructs. Let's give you examples, Jalen, because I believe you're looking for examples. You're a man. That's a social construct, because as a man, there are rules that come with being a man, huh? What you have expectations for a first date, don't you? Okay, that's a social. Yeah, get it? Okay,
And I always exceed.
And you always exceed. Okay, that's a social construct, and he exceeds. He says, "Baby, you can't. Yo, this social. I'm do better. I'm way up here. I'm way up here, little mama. Go ahead and do better. Okay, this is what he does. Then, as a man then he's a man with no kids. That's a social construct. So he is seen as a better catch, or he's seen that he can get up and go somewhere, or Deanna said rare. Okay, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, millennials, we kind of backing up that whole lot of kids things, but anyway, that's the motherfucker. Millennials ain't out here doing that because it's been expensive to live since we've been born. When Phil, Susan, Dion, Anne Marie, and MP all growing up, and they're not in the same generation, $10 an hour, you can buy a house and supply needs for your family. Okay, do that. You cannot do that today in the 21st century. $10 an hour? $10 an hour don't even pay for your ClickFunnels. The subscription is $297 a month. So right, it doesn't even pay for ClickFunnels. Okay. So y'all can see that social constructs are these things that we agree with. Here's some funny social constructs you never thought about. Bestseller lists. That's not real. That's not real.
Don't do that to me.
It's the truth. It just says in this social construct, a lot of people say you will have a good time. And since we're humans, and we like safety, we like bestseller lists. Clearance says, here's this good stuff. Girl, you saving money. And since we're humans, we like saving money. Everybody get it? Okay, now that we fully understand it, let's go to this. So right now you've been doing A, B, C. Okay. Whew. I need a volunteer.
Let's get it.
All right, then. Jalen's a volunteer. Jalen, something happened to you this week, last week. I need you to give me a well, give me a. Tell us what happened. Something that caused a stuck point, even if you gotta go back 2 weeks. Something that caused a stuck point. Somebody had you messed up.
I want to do a juicy one.
Fair enough.
Actually, I can do one now. So recently, someone who I've been kind of talking to not go into too much detail,
Fair enough.
friend zoned me, and then as I started to kind of try a little bit more, I realized that I need to friend zone her back, and it's just for the best.
Fair enough. So let me hold on. No, let me
make it spicy. Let me make it spicy.
Make it spicy.
I noticed this because after I had took her home from like being out with her all night, her ex was there, and she told me he wasn't staying there, but he had was opening the door, looking and like watching. So I seen him. So I'm saying, oh, okay. That's why it's spicy. Go ahead now.
No. So I'm gonna play. We're gonna have some fun with this. We can definitely have some fun with this. We're gonna have some fun with this because you can't friend zone me. It's impossible. It's impossible. There's no. You'll see. You'll see. And after this class, you're gonna be on the same way. You can't friend zone me. It's just impossible. You'll see. I'm gonna play a cool video from one of the first people that got big on YouTube. Anyway, no matter. We'll come back to that. So right now in our column A, Dion, we're gonna write down this blank friend zone me. In fairness, it's pretty accurate because I'm sure she took your money though, right? I'm sure you paid.
What, for the date?
I mean, yeah, for whatever it was. I'm sure she didn't pay.
That's how I am.
Okay then. So she used him as a free meal.
I mean,
no. We're not talking
I
about
invited her. I invited her.
Fair enough.
I did.
These ladies don't act like That's not part of the culture.
We went to the gala together. I invited her, and
Fair enough.
it worked out good. But whatever. That
Fair
didn't work
enough.
out as great as I wanted to work out.
So what would fair enough. What would be the stuck point here? The stuck point would be is
Honestly, my stuck point is, um, obviously, like, don't get me messed up, but also, um, was I wrong for basically being a single man and messing around, not messing around, but basically I messed with one of her friends before, and so was I wrong? But she was already dating somebody. So it's like, I'm single, I can do what I want. You kind of push her towards me, so hey, whatever. I
it's
guess I caught it.
it's absolutely fair when women do it. It's not fair when men do it. That's a social construct. Antonio, you're just taking it from me. It's not what I'm saying. Back in the day, back in the day, Susan and Dion and they mama called it courting. And as a single person, you're allowed to court.
Yeah, it's just I guess so. I was like, well, I guess I was wrong for hitting her friend, and then
Oh, well, that may not be courting no more then. So if you that's not courting. If you stuck something.
it was
That-
before
that's
though.
oh
That
okay,
was
well,
a
that's
whole
fair, but that's
year
not courting.
ago.
Still not courting.
That was
Still
a
not
whole
courting.
year
Can't take
ago.
it. Can't take it for you. Can't take it for you. Can't take it for you. Nope. Nope. And let me tell you why I can't take it for you. Because if the woman would have slept with your friend, then she would have been devalued. You increase in value by sleeping with her friend. The woman would have been downgraded in value. I'm not saying this is my truth. We're talking about social constructs. Is this okay?
Okay.
It's socially, if a woman sleeps with someone and you find out, and it happens to be your friend, mm, all these things are downgradable things. Ladies, don't throw stones. And I'm not trying to downgrade you. We talk about social constructs. This is why I can't take up for him
Okay,
because
then let
yeah,
me let me let
mhm,
me say it. If a man run through 5 friends,
that's right.
he the shit.
That's right.
If a chick run through 5 friends, she a hoe.
That's correct. There you go. That's correct.
Damn,
That's the
I'm at
correct
4.
social
You
construct.
know what, Jacqueline? Shut up.
No. Okay, so well, they
No,
weren't even friends. The first two weren't even her friends, but she was just around me, so she's seeing what had happened. But it really wasn't my fault. I ain't gonna lie to you. The one got crazy, and that wasn't my fault. The second one I dated for 4 months, and I didn't know she was crazy. But that's how I ended up meeting this one and being close with this one because her ex was my ex's uh cousin. So I'm sitting
100%
here
fair.
talking to her literally about our bullshit being in their family. So like those two weren't friends, and I was dating the one. Got rid of her. Waited some months later, like at least 2-3 months. You know, I wasn't on some thirsty shit. Then the friend came through. You know, that was like a month and a half. Not, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Met the other one. Nothing ever happened. It was just cool vibes. You know, I hung out with her once, but it wasn't on some like solo, you know, I'm trying to get on now. We just kicked it at the fair and that was it. And then now it's a
And then,
year later
oops.
and now I'm the bad person
Well,
because
you are the bad
He
person due to
ran through the friends.
let me tell you. So let me tell you how white privilege exists just for a second. If you believe in white privilege, it's when you say something that you like, I can't believe that. I mean, I would never. That's because in your reality, you have no concept that this happens. So you're showing your white privilege because you're ignorant to what's happening out here. Jalen is showing his white privilege, but it's called male privilege because no woman on this call would ever be able to say, well, I really didn't do nothing. That's not what we would not, did y'all see what I just did? The phrase, I really didn't do nothing could never be said by Susan,
That
never
is
be said
so
by Noella. You get me? That's a male privilege that we get to use. There's no way that Dion tells a story. I mean, listen, I mean, I slept with all 4 of them, but look, I really didn't do nothing.
Okay, hold on.
I'm
Three
just
or
saying.
four. Three or four. And one, she wasn't even a friend. She was just in the movie, the cast for the TV show.
That don't matter
She was
though.
feeling me.
That don't matter. It's
Okay.
okay. So it goes both ways. There's codes on both sides.
Oh, sure,
Girls know you
sure.
don't fool with the dude I just flew with. Whether I just dated him or slept with him, he is hands off unless you come to me and say, "Hey, fool, what was that like? Like, was you really feeling him,
She was asking.
or what? Or was it
She
just
was
one of
asking.
those, testing out? It was just, if it was just a testing out, do you mind if it was like, okay, cool. I know for a fact it's the same.
Remember, he said he was gonna pick a stuck point that was juicy. And look at our conversation. He
did.
he said it was gonna be juicy.
So it's like it's on both ends. So the fact she probably friend zoned you because she knew you ran through her friends and they ain't have a conversation about it because none of them heifers, excuse me.
That's equally
Sorry.
bad, but
It
keep going.
was accurate, whichever way you want to go with it. It was accurate.
None of them are friends. Because a friend
Yeah, because they be talking bad about each other anyways. Well,
they're
they're
not
one anyways, but
friends. Because they would have came first off after you talked to the first one, everybody would have known. Nobody would have approached you because you used to fool with Karen. Whether y'all slept together, whether nothing happened, it don't matter. They ain't friends. They just a bunch of messy ass hens. That's it.
Okay.
That is all.
Well, I'm glad
Ebony,
as
how am
I'm,
I crazy? Hold on now. Let me shift that real quick. She
well,
thought it was gonna be slick. Now she got to get on the mic.
no,
Well,
yeah,
be
you can't
quiet for
because
I
he's
get to
not doing.
talking
He's not.
about you. No, I'm
In
saying.
truth, there's nothing wrong with what he did, and it's nothing wrong with a woman doing it
It's the
either.
constructs that's around
And
it.
I'm only
And
highlighting the
I'm
constructs. And
speaking,
Ebony, you clearly falling for the constructs. So
and
go
I'm
ahead.
speaking my aspect
I
as
think he gotta be crazy too, because you don't deal with 3, 4 girls like the same group, friend group, whatever.
They weren't in the same.
At least you didn't
That's
know.
my
You didn't
thing.
know they was in the same group. You didn't know. You didn't
You
know
gotta
they was
be
in
a
the same
little
group.
cuckoo to do that. So that's why I said you gotta be
I'm
crazy too.
inclined to agree with Ebony on this. I don't think she's fallen to a social construct. I think I think spreading your seed in the same group is a little bit too. But he didn't know it was in the same group. Here's check this out. I don't have to teach y'all about social constructs no more because y'all just juicied one up. Like his whole thing was perfect. Now, did he do something wrong? No. Was he disrespectful? No. Is anybody mad at him? No. He clearly has a good reputation because she still went out on a date. I mean, this facts are facts now. Not only is his reputation good, somebody said, "Girl, let me tell you what he did." I can't. It's a whole different class. That's how to get out your own way after dark. So I can't tell you the details that may
I
have been
would say I
said.
need a drink for that class.
But hopefully you can read between the lines in the daytime. So he obviously has a good reputation. Sharing the screen again. Let's put this into context, and we'll just make up a stuck point here is. Man, I didn't get my way. Okay. It didn't, I didn't get my way. It didn't go as I wanted it to go. Now, how do I feel about that? I feel like I should have did something different.
Hold on,
This
can I
is,
speak for myself?
yes, you can, please. That is
I
fair.
feel like um things could have went different, but I wasn't in the wrong because I can't be holding out for something that's not even available technically.
That's fair. Now, why is it fair? See, notice when y'all talk, I say, somebody even told me this like last year. It was like, you got me saying that's fair. When I say that's fair, I'm not telling you I agree. I'm saying that's a fair point. Since I do this for a living and I've got this whole thing memorized and I process this in real time, Tracy, I'm just saying, oh, you're not in your feelings. It's a fair point. Or you are in your feelings and I understand why you are. That's also a fair point. Either way, as Phil would say, or has taught us, understanding relieves me from any burden or the opportunity to even forgive you. I don't need to forgive you. I see your point because I understand. Therefore, that's fair. This is where I'm at with it. This is what I mean by that. So now, Jalen has a pen there. So what's the evidence for, and then what's the evidence against? And if you go down to all of this, you start to realize, wait a minute, that was really dumb when I'm thinking. So let's take Jalen's. How did you say it, Jalen? I should have. Oh, I can't be available for something that's not available to me.
I can't wait and hold out for something that's not available, and that I don't know if it ever will be available.
Okay. So we're going to see if Jalen's point is valid or not valid. Just because you bring up a stuck point doesn't mean it's going to be invalid. Now, I will tell you all, most of them will be. By most, I mean in the 90%. Just so we're clear. Yeah, because y'all not, when you don't think about your thoughts, they're wrong. You don't have to take my word. Look at your harvest. This ain't hard. Just check your harvest. Jalen may be right. We're about to find out. So his stuck point is, and we'll just say, I can't wait for some. I can't be expected to wait for something that may not be available.
Yeah, I think you spent that better.
Okay. Is there evidence for this? And now we have to have this conversation. Ladies, I'm gonna talk to the ladies first. Ladies, because y'all are masters at y'all are masters at this stuck point. The stuck point is I can't be expected to wait for something that may not be available. Because men are real good at Dion. Just wait for me, baby. Just wait for me. I'm telling you, just wait for me. Just wait for me. I'm gonna leave her soon. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all don't want to fool with me. No, that's his stuck point. That's his stuck point. That's why I wanted to bring it to the ladies, because it's on all our movies.
Wait, can you repeat what you said?
The stuck point, so I'll repeat both. I got you, Deanna. The stuck point is I can't be expected to wait for something that may not be available. So I said, let's go to the ladies. And the ladies are masters at this because men go, Dion, just wait for me, baby. Just wait for me. I'm telling you a little bit. I'm gonna divorce her in a little bit, and I'm just telling you, if you just play your part, Noella. If you just stay in line, I'm gonna spoil you. I'm gonna take care of you. That's Jalen's stuck point. So therefore, there's evidence for that because we all know men don't be leaving. So we can say one check for for the 4. Go ahead, Deanna.
Okay, this goes for all sexes.
It does. It absolutely does. I just wanted to bring up, since this is a woman-dominated group, I just wanted to bring that up so everybody can make sense. But go ahead.
You shouldn't even give time to what's not available.
Is there evidence for that?
Yeah.
And I didn't. That's why I never told her I was on that until
How
she
do you
became
know that
available.
she wasn't available? What
I'm her
made you think?
friend, and I could see she's dating somebody. And then as she was dating somebody, I was there. Obviously,
oh yeah, remember he
getting
said
out of it.
she
And
stopped
then
contacting
I
him when
was
the
like,
ex came. He did say that in the beginning of the story. The ex
I
was
remember
still
the
there.
ex, but then the ex is gone. It's the ex.
oh, and then obviously he's trying back, but it was some separation and
Right.
blah 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 blah.
So she's dating
And
somebody, and the ex is still trying to get in the
no,
picture.
she's dating nobody. The ex is trying to get back. She's finally been actually like real single for a good 3-4 months. So now for me, it's like, okay, she's actually single, not seeing him no more.
Oh, that's when you shot your shot.
Yes.
But on your
saying?
date, she proved not to be available due to the ex was still in the
Dude
picture.
being at the crib that night.
There you do was at the crib.
Well, I'm
That's
taking her
evidence
home.
for. That's
Okay.
She took him. He took her home to her ex. Let's make that very clear. We're going to give Jalen a check right here for evidence for.
Not only that,
that's a damn check. Okay.
not only that, if you're friend zoned with her, Jalen, she's not available.
Yeah. No,
She said it's because of the friend, though. She says because of the friend, we've been lifelong friends, our grannies are friends, blah, 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 blah. And
If
I'm
that
not
was
willing
the
to
case,
give
she
up
never
that relationship for this.
No,
okay.
if that was the
So-
case, she never would have went out with you. If that was truly the case, she would have never went out with you. So there is evidence that she was never available.
Yeah, the evidence is you
Connect
never
the dots,
never
go
available.
backward. Connect the dots.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. Okay, you cook it. Let her cook.
Mhm. Keep going.
So you're friend zoned. Yeah, she went out with you because her friends probably said how wonderful you are on dates and how you treat and this and this and that and that.
Her whole
So
family.
Somebody definitely said how wonderful he is in bed. That's a fact.
Her
Oh my
family fucks with
gosh.
me. Her grandma works with me.
Oh,
Like I've been out with her
you
mom, just
fool.
her and her mom. Like I'm invited to go
No,
to the
mm-mm.
You
July
were
4th with
friends
them
when
right
you
now.
No, well, you friend zone. You is a friend.
Yeah.
You were never. She was never available to you.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
went out with you just like Antonio said. She just went out for the free meal. But connecting the dots going backwards, there's evidence to show she was never available. If she said,
Okay.
I can't do this because of my friend, then she would have never accepted your invitation to begin with.
Okay, so right now, before anybody else speak, right now we got evidence for. We don't have any evidence against.
There is none.
We don't have any evidence against.
There
Okay.
is none. I'm telling you, there is no
You know what I'm
evidence.
saying? Because like I'm just respectful, man.
Hey, look,
Like
we done
I'm
made
not.
Tracy
I'm
get
finna
out the
wait
car.
until
Wait a
you
minute.
actually.
Let me
You know what I'm
speed to the
saying?
house
Here.
real quick.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna just play around because I'm not finna play with my own heart. Why am I finna play if you already playing with the next? You know what I'm saying?
Can
Like
y'all
be
see how
available.
high level this conversation is? That what I'm trying to get you to see is, Tracy, when you be tripping, sometimes you justify it. Like, no, it's a fact. Now,
Can I make a
sometimes it's
comment?
real talk. Yeah, go ahead, Tracy.
So I've been listening. Now, okay. One thing I was thinking, what y'all were just saying, that you shouldn't give time to something that's not available. But then the question is, then I was thinking, well, he didn't really know that she wasn't available until he gave time to her to actually find out that she wasn't available. One thing.
That's
And
a
then
paradox. That's a
Very
so
much.
you
paradox
had
for
to
sure.
give time to it, right?
Yep.
And then we're saying, oh, they were cool and you cool with the family, blah, 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 and all that. So we're saying, well, he was never going to be more than a friend, but not necessarily. These are my thoughts, because maybe she has been cool with him all these years and she wanted to see, well, maybe this can go to another level. Maybe I can be interested in him. So she gave him time when they went out to eat. It might not have just been for a free dinner. It might have been, hey, let me get to know him on a different level. And then after that, maybe it was well, no, you know what? I don't want to mess up our friendship, because after going out with him, now she realizes, nah, this ain't really what I'm looking for. And so she was like, well, now let's just stay friends.
That
Was the
would be
second thought.
my
Can I
assumption.
add to that?
Well, hold on real quick, Jaden, so I can teach point. That would be my assumption. If I kept going, what I want to, Jaden, don't forget what you're going to say. Tracy, I agree with you 100%. I just want to show y'all the difference between me and y'all, if this is okay. I don't make any assumptions until I get to H. No. This is very clear. I want to make it sense. I'm just analyzing the situation. I'm not saying anything until I've gone through this whole thing in my head. My natural assumption is to say, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Well, let me back that. I don't bring that up just yet. Go ahead, Jalen. Just know that Antonio does not make opinion of things at all. And when I have to, Ina, I done already went to H. So when I put my foot down on something, I've analyzed my thoughts. I've analyzed your thoughts. I've asked myself, I challenged them, I made sure, and I have sat back and I said, no, this is not a seed that I want in my garden. Here's what we're not going to do. I don't go, here's what we're not going to do because I was triggered. I go because I went through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I arrived at H. Now, how do you feel, Antonio? If I'm 20%, I'm like, nah, that's right. And I go, that's fair. Let's compromise then. Let's get to, if I'm at 100%, 80%, 90, I go, nah, here's what we're not going to do. Actually, it's 90 and 100 for me. If it's 80, I go, all right, let me just pause for a little bit and let me just think about this for a while because 80 is not good enough for me. 90 to 100, foot down. It is what it is. Foot all the way down. Good or bad. If it's at a 90, I ain't doing it. And I will tell you, Dion, don't you touch that. Don't you touch nothing. You're gonna touch something else. Don't touch my stuff. So we're gonna come back to that. Go ahead, Jalen, because this is real good. Tracy, you just brought the conversation of her.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna take it a little bit further with this one. So she has expressed to me multiple times that I have set the bar the highest. I am like the type of I have
Hold on,
made her.
Stop. She, as in the girl that you just went on a date with?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
so
set the
right
bar the
now,
highest.
before you
I've
finish, I just
reminded
want you to
her
know,
what it's
I
like
just
to
want,
see have a
before
good
you
man in her
finish,
life, blah, 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 blah.
before you finish, you're trending in Tracy's truth. Tracy starting to look like a whole Nostradamus right now.
That's why I said it's gonna get good. I got you. I
Okay.
see. I know. Like that's why my
Tracy
journey
started
has
to look
been
like
like
she
this. It's
spit
been
the word
crazy.
of God just now,
Like it's been crazy.
Now, I 100% get what Tracy is saying.
Okay, hold on. Before you go, let us give the details. Then we're gonna go to Deanna, and she agrees, and then we're gonna go to Tracy because Tracy show looking like Prophet Tracy Armstrong right now. Go ahead.
It's on me or it's on Deanna?
It's on you. It's on you, bro.
Oh, yeah. She basically said, I've given her what it's like to actually, see what a good man treats her, give her hope that there are good men out here. I've set the standard the highest.
Okay. So fast forwarding, then Tracy right to the motor scooter. You hear me?
No,
But
no. What's okay? There are cases.
So Tracy's right, but Tracy's right, but this girl reward system is effed up. And I'm gonna have to come back to that
It's
in a
money,
little bit.
and it's because of her mom, and that's another reason why I've like been back and forth about her. I was like, I'm hoping she's a little bit better, whatever, but it's money because of her mom. Her mom's the type, you ain't getting none until I get some money type of person. And I'm not saying I'm giving it up.
No, I get that.
But
Grace,
I know
Grace
how
said.
I know how you roll. You know what I'm saying? So, and she's been seeing that for years, going through Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. And so she has a little bit of that. One of the things she told me was because I was going to be a good person and help one of the other friends with getting their car done. They only needed like a couple grand. I was not going to give it all to them. I was going to be like, you know what? Let's see how much you get. And then at the last second, I might help you. But I messed up and I flexed it to her being like, oh, I might do it, whatever. And then that's probably where I screwed up because I shouldn't
So
have
I got three things to say here. Three things to say. Tracy's right and Deanna's right. And I know where Deanna's gonna go. But let me ask you, can I be your main mentor now? Do you mind?
You are my only mentor.
Shit. That's
Besides
all I
God.
needed to hear. All right, then here's where I want to mentor you at. And then I want you to don't answer now unless you just feel that way. But don't answer now. Well, obviously, money, business. We're gonna call money, business, finance. We call it those all one. Okay, that's all one. But I want to make you an attractive bachelor. Is what I want to do for you because I am one. Let me, Tiana, unmute your mic real quick. So just no.
What did you
I ain't talking about looks. No, just you. You're right. Not the looks. Deanna, do me a favor.
I mean, you don't tell me something.
No, fair enough. But I am an attractive bachelor, just not the
So you
bachelor
got
part.
some explaining to do.
No. I got some death to do if I keep saying it. If I say it the third
That's what
time,
let me know.
then I'm
What,
gonna die.
what
You
we
understand? If I
doing?
say the third time, Tracy, I'm gonna be dead. But just let's process this information. Deanna, what type of women come for me?
Alpha.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go more details. How much do they make? What do they look like? Where do they live, etc.
Six
She
figures.
knows all of it.
6 figures. Up. Let me rephrase. Upper 6 figures, because you can say you make 6 figures and be in a lower 6 figures.
$500,000 or more.
So upper 6 figures look like Barbie dolls.
Explain the Barbie doll. Flat stomach.
Barbie dolls. Not so tall, no gut, big boobs. Barbie dolls.
Keep going.
Got their shit together. Don't need to be taken care of. And just want the pipe laid nicely every now and then. They just want a good plumber, you know?
I mean, who don't want that?
I mean,
well,
yeah,
I mean,
that's
which
fair.
woman doesn't want that? Let me rephrase.
Okay,
both of you are fair
are,
in this. This is fair.
They are women who they're women who decide that they want a man, not because and not that they need a man. And there is a difference.
But they cannot wait or looking forward to
submissive. They
100% be submissive, especially to me. 100%. Okay. Now the question becomes,
I don't know why I'm here, because I'm the complete opposite of what I just described. I am not submissive.
okay, first off, okay, so now let me drop off you real quick, Jalen. You fall back, Jalen. Just fall back for a second, Deanna. You come forward just for a second. You come forward just for a second.
I am a
you come
single
forward just
woman.
for a
Okay,
second.
look, I don't give 2 flying flips.
That's true, but she's very submissive to me, so this is not a problem, Tracy. However, I am attracted to energy. That's my thing. That's my thing. That's my thing. All that genetic lottery stuff. Thank you. I appreciate you. We're gonna have fun with that. But I can also get this energy, and then we can go to weight room and get that same lottery. You understand what I'm saying? So, or we can go to Dr. Hollywood and cut up. You know what I'm saying? 90210 and drop 10,000 and get this body if we want to. You go to sleep and wake up Barbie.
Yeah,
you understand? Go to sleep Oprah, wake up Barbie if we want to. You understand what I'm saying? We got money over here. It is what it is.
Wake up post twins Beyonce. Barbie's.
Well, then you get to see BBL Drizzy is what Jada just said. You understand? Okay, man, go ahead. It's energy. But Jalen, this is social construct stuff. Why is and you have first off, Deanna, how do you know this? How do you know this information? Let's go there first.
Well, first off, I'm not blind.
Okay, she says I'm not blind.
That too, Jalen. That too.
Oh, what did he say?
I gotta know what hoes sleeping up into your inbox is what he was saying.
Okay, outside of that, she has 99%
hey, I ain't say all that.
No, she's got 99% of my passwords. That's a different story.
I definitely ain't say all that.
Outside of that,
because you told me.
I don't just tell her. I'd be like, hey.
He showed me pictures. I've seen the messages.
I'd be like, hey, this is what's happening. And if they get real aggressive, I go, hey, you need to ask Deanna if you can holler at me. How many times have I done that?
You do it all the time, but not now. Only there has been one person that has been brave enough to do that, and she didn't ask me. She called herself trying to flirt with me.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about her. Okay, that's a whole different story. Okay, anyway, that's all different. I forgot about her. Okay, she came in the office and did that. That's right. That was like on my birthday or something too. I remember. So I'm like, yeah. Anyway, that's
He
me.
randomly bought some
Oh,
stuff.
maybe it's, yeah, whatever.
Random.
That's fine. That's fine. That's a whole different story. Point is, because I'm still gonna show this can't be friend zone thing. Jalen, since I'm your only mentor, I want to introduce to y'all a new term, hypergamy. Who knows what hypergamy means? Exactly. All right, someone Google hypergamy. HYPER
GAMY.
yeah. There you go. JMY. Hypergamy. Hypergamy. Tracy, if nobody else needs to, I'm texting you. Hold on, let's stop your screen. Let me text Tracy probably real quick because I be seeing stuff and I don't say nothing. I'm texting you probably. Let me leave my mic. Are you on? Let me just text this. I'm gonna just child. That's it. I just text you child. Everybody know. Just child. Okay, child. There we go. Black folk know what child means. It means 100 different things. In this particular context, it means child. You already know this. I don't know why you keep playing. That's why you ain't with. You understand? All that silence. I had words right there. You understand? But anyway, she gets it. Okay. Deanna, share your screen now. Hypergamy, please. Thank you for putting in the chat as well. Hypergamy is the act or practice of seeking a marriage or romantic relationship with a person of a higher socioeconomic status, wealth, or social standing than oneself. The term is often used to describe the tendency for individuals, particularly women, to marry up. You can stop right there. Now, as much as y'all, I know, yo, alpha woman, this wants to go. Not me, you damn lie. You've been taught that since birth.
There's the male version.
Absolutely. There's absolutely a male version. I'm not.
Okay. I just didn't know if you knew.
Oh, child.
Well, I mean, seeing it on here.
Child.
I meant seeing it on here to say what it is.
I would say if it wasn't real, I wouldn't like WNBA.
Do me a favor, Deanna. Ask ChatGPT now, give me the male version of this and share the screen so we can do both. Remember, we're only talking about social constructs and not Antonio's opinion. Is this okay? And Susan's right. There is a male version of this. Absolutely.
They're more interested in the physical attractiveness scale.
Yeah, that's all, Susan. Susan, there's a whole sickness of that called trophy wives. Yes. Yeah. So hypogamy, the male counterpart of hypergamy, is often referred to as hypogamy. Described as the practice of seeking marriage or romantic relationship with someone of low. Okay. Now, not this. That is true. That happens with men often, especially celebrity men. Okay, you know what? I'm glad you did this, Deanna. We got to talk about both of these social constructs. Stop that real quick. Just let me bring up Kevin Federline to prove. Was that too soon? Because I mean, it's been like 20 years since.
All right. So then, what about Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Jay-Z and Beyonce are not hypergamy at all. If anything, nobody on Beyonce's age group were equivalent to her, so she married her equal. He just happened to be in a different generation. But there's nothing about Beyonce and Jay-Z as hypergamy or hypogamy, whatever, right? Nothing about that, because women like Tracy mature and then get up. Now, Tracy has already said many times she didn't start maturing until college, but by the time Tracy started maturing, she had a baby, and then Tracy started recognizing these phones ain't blank, not phones and not blank. You understand? These men are just not what I'm trying to be. And here's what happens to good women. If I'm wrong, women, if I'm wrong on any level, please call me out publicly on this call. Good women find good men. Excuse me. Good men find Susans, Tracy's, Ina's, and Marie's, Deanna's, but they can't even take care of them. They projects. Projects find Anne Marie's. And so now Tracy done got smart enough to know I'm not trying to use nobody for their money. I'm not even trying to be evenly yoked. But I shouldn't have to go all the way back to 1950 to sacrifice 10 years of my life to make you good.
No more projects.
So you can finally be worthy of me. Ladies, if I was wrong, please let me know. I'm going to mute my mic. If I'm right, you got to give me, if you was wrong, you going to say something. If I'm right, you got to say something too.
I let my project go 8 years ago.
All right. These are social constructs. This is very important. We're very much on topic. These are social.
Okay, quick.
Yep.
When you say project, what do you mean?
A man's you got to work on to get to your level.
What she's
like you see,
I ain't
you
doing none of
see
that.
you like you.
I live with my mama. I live with my wife, but we don't really sleep together. But I live with it all because.
Please.
I'm gonna mute my mic on that.
Please.
Hey, I know she felt that when we heard her all call.
And Marie cut up last time. She you know what I mean? And Marie told the people, hold on, I got a comment on this already.
I have to tell my friends that. Come on. Are you that stupid?
I just live with my baby mama. We don't do nothing.
We don't do nothing. Yeah, we just stay in the same house. What the hell up?
Now I'll text you tomorrow. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
If you
about my phone's for the die, it's 9 o'clock.
If you ever want to know if that's the truth, just do a random FaceTime. Let's do it. Wait, I'm talking to iPhone use. I'm obviously not talking. Obviously not talking to now, fam. I'm giving the game. I'm acting like Steve Harvey right now. I'm acting like Steve.
Like Destiny's Child said, say my name. If ain't nobody around you,
a random FaceTime.
Call me baby. Say you
random FaceTime, you gonna see what's real and what's not. You random face. That's why me and Jaylee don't want to say this out loud. You random FaceTime, you gonna see what's real and what's not. Because y'all ever got when somebody like video call you for Messenger? You're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? I don't even know you.
Don't do that.
I don't even know you are out of line, friend number 4,733.
Messenger video call.
I mean, like for real, like from Facebook. And I'm like, who is this? Okay,
he ain't messaged you for like 5 months. And all it was
ever.
What's up, beautiful?
Random call. Or them random WhatsApp phone calls. Be like,
oh yeah, WhatsApp. Yeah.
So a social construct, though, it is true social constructly that men are supposed to date down, but women better not ever. I know you don't want to admit it, but that is our society. And I'll give it to you. If Ebony made $1 million, no, hold on, stop, because y'all trying to disconnect. Because I said at the beginning of this call that the content was going to be general, it was going to be innocent and empathetic, but you were not going to like it because I am going to hit your triggers every step of the way because I'm talking about social constructs. And then I did say it before I even share my screen. I ain't even got to my whiteboard yet. I'm going to explain to you what a social construct is. And I just watched y'all. Half of y'all just social construct me. Just now, I don't want to hear what he's talking about. Let me go ahead and just do this real quick multi-chat. No, I'm not being rude, but here's a fact. And you're going to say, not me. In fact, I'm gonna use Ina. I'm gonna use Ina and Susan. Ain't no heart more. Oh my God, I love humanity so much than Ina and Susan. Between Ina, if two people on the planet was Ina and Susan, and they can like make the world better, we'd have world peace right now. So we're going to use these two bleeding hearts, Ina and Susan. And we're not going to talk about Ina and we're not going to talk about Susan. We're going to talk about the social constructs of Ina and Susan. Is this fair? Disclaimer, this is when when you first put on the show and it's the black screen and the letters start typing and you hit a typewriter. You hit a typewriter, Tracy. Disclaimer: the views and the thoughts of Antonio T. Smith Jr. are not necessarily the views and the thoughts of the Susan Sorrentino TV channel. Right. Like, okay. So disclaimer: my views and thoughts are not necessarily the views and thoughts of Susan and Ina. Are we okay with this too now? I'm going to say their names, but I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the social constructs that they represent. Is this okay? Outstanding. Ina and Susan, if they both made $2 million a year, they would be shunned, etched out of society, kicked out of society for finding a homeless man, making him better, giving him a haircut, and then marrying him. It's just not correct. Okay. Even Susan agreed. If Susan agreed, the rest of y'all need to agree. All right, then. Now we're going to use. Yes, ma'am.
It reminds me of middle school, freshman year, high school. And for some reason, I was shy, but there was a boy that I sort of dated. I liked that he played guitar. And I didn't date. I mean, I would go over to his house or he would come to my house. But I didn't really like him. But I kind of was just trying to be nice.
That's fair. I think we've all been there.
Because he was attracted to me and I was too shy for the guys that I really liked, at that stage of things. So freshman year, and I didn't pay any attention to him. And, then there's freshman year, you got guys from the other schools. And I didn't want anything to do with him and made it clear and told him that. Well, he, at school one morning, he on purpose fell down the stairs and tried to kill himself at the school. And so, and then he had to go into some, mental to try to get better. And I felt really bad about it because he was, and that's somebody that, I knew that wasn't somebody I wanted to be around. And look what happened. And the whole school knew about it. And it was embarrassing to me. And to this day, it kind of bothers me. I think later in life, I think he committed suicide. And I'm good friends with his older brother. He's a really good guy. And I don't see him. He's just Facebook friend. But that's something that kind of made me feel sad and bad about.
Man, that's probably gonna bother you until next lifetime. That's 100%. We've been through. That's very relatable. That's for sure. That's very relatable. That's very relatable. Let's flip this. Me and Jalen now. $2 million. We find Ina that she is homeless. All this potential. We give her a haircut.
I ain't doing potential no more. Why do I gotta groom everything?
Because
Why
we
can't you be
men
groomed?
and men are expected to marry poor women, lesser
Well, then why
women.
do I gotta be groomed? That's what it sucks. That's that
That's
double
my
standard
point.
thing. I
That's
got
my
okay. I'm sorry.
we speaking social constructs
I'm sorry.
that if a man, if Phil and excuse me, if Susan and Ina go, I'm $2 million. And so they get randomly when one of these random YouTube shows say, so what kind of man are you looking for, Susan? And then Susan gonna say, well, it's got to be someone at least making $1 million or $2 million. Ina's gonna go, it's got to be at least someone making $1 million or $2 million, and they're gonna be you right, girl, because you're already doing that. But if a man says that, if a man goes, well, it's got to be somebody making $1 million, $2 million, the comments will blow up with negativity. That's a social construct because men, don't take my word, ChatGPT just told you that men are expected to marry lower. I'm not saying lower is a real thing. That's not what I'm saying. But just know that I didn't have to defend women marrying higher. I did not have to defend that. But I absolutely have to defend men marrying lower. I never had to defend higher, but I've never have to defend women marrying men who are higher, but I absolutely have to defend men marrying women who are lower because women refuse to admit that they are lower.
I was taught
Everybody's
to.
a 10 now. Everybody's a bad
Lies.
bitch. Everybody got
all lies.
no, but that's
That is a lie.
It is a
but
lie.
that's what they're saying. And you
There
know
are,
I'm not wrong.
before Susan goes, allow me to offend my entire audience. I will offend you as gently as possible. Women, you are not the prize. You may be, you can be, you possibly are. But just because you have ovaries and a vagina does not make you a prize. You must do something. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You don't like this, but that Barbie doll body, that vagina of yours and all the things you say will make a woman, that's not raising my child. Your mind is. Your harvest is raising my child. Wow, and that made some sense. It makes some sense. Just because you are the it woman, here's the deal. No, that's not a problem. Because if I flip that and say everything about a man, nobody has a problem with that. Nobody has a problem with the counter argument. We're talking social. We're not talking Antonio's opinion. We're only talking social constructs. And the social construct, Jalen, I got you after Susan. Susan, give me 1 minute. The social construct is simple. It is violently simple that society says women are the prize no matter what. Yeah, but what happens when you get a man who has the money, who has the cars, who has the house, who has the dreams, who has the upbringing, who respects his parents, who respects his wife, who puts his wife before his parents, assuming that you will be wife, who's not a mama's boy, who checks all those dots. How dare you go into that relationship? This man that worked as hard as he did, was in the gym when you were not, did everything he was supposed to do. How dare you, who's done nothing but be a woman, say that that man's not a prize? And the mere fact that I have to defend that a man can be a prize in a relationship, it absolutely goes on this sheet. Shame on y'all for thinking only women can be prizes.
I don't think that. My husband's a prize. I just won't tell him.
Such a
joking.
great answer. Okay, go ahead, Susan and Jalen.
Well, I grew up with, my grandparents and all my extended relatives telling me to, the type of man I should marry that's well educated and comes from a good family. And those things were important. And so I I always knew that. But it seemed like those guys I wasn't really attracted to them. To me, they didn't have that umph. They just, you know,
You like
probably
that?
those things were going to be given to them. And, when I met Phil, I'd heard about him being in town, marketing the stock in the community, and I'd just come back from Cape Cod. So, when we met, I thought he was something else, because I'd heard about him all week. And then I meet him at a party, and I don't know what he was thinking about me. It probably was, for the physical attraction, which that was there. But I think eventually it was because, I could do all the things that he couldn't do business
Right.
wise.
Oh, well, yeah,
And
well,
we
yeah,
fit
that's
business wise.
yeah.
So that's the
When you
point
find
I
an
was trying to make.
equal to your
Huh?
weaknesses, when you find an equal to your weaknesses, that's divine intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was because people were putting us together all week. You
Right.
should meet her and I should meet him. And then I first step onto the deck at a party.
Yeah.
There he was standing there.
Right. I'm going to show y'all something. 5 minutes ago at 13:13, so 5 minutes ago, 1:13, I just got a picture. I absolutely cropped the picture out. I cropped the name out. I even cropped my response out because I don't want Deanna, who's a puzzle master, because she can figure out anything. And when I show the screen, she's gonna be looking at the text message going, who's the animal? I'm gonna analyze this. And that's what she does. She does it naturally about anything. Period. I don't want you smart people figuring out who messaged me. And you'll see when you see the context, you'll see why. The context is as a homeless man. We were just talking about homeless, huh? Yeah, you can't see it. Is it not on the screen?
My name.
Can you see it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
see
see
it.
it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. All right then. This is wrong. I'm only showing you and Ebony. I'm sitting in my car crying. What is wrong with me? I brought him something to eat. I don't think he wants it. I feel you never know a person's story. He seems so depressed. He did tell me God bless me, but he rolled back over. Okay. All right. Y'all see this? That's the lunch that they bought the person. Okay. Okay. Homeless man. No. Look at the honest going. I know exactly what that is. I know exactly what that
I'm
is.
so happy that they wrote my name in here wrong. So
Well,
that
fair. It's absolutely not an inappropriate message. And Deanna already figured out this is why my books are so cold and hard on y'all, because Deanna's such a puzzle master. I got to keep her confused. Look at her. Yeah, look at her face. Look at her. You know when it's a real smile when your eyes get real sideways. You got to look at her. Okay. Everybody look at this picture. You not for the like what I'm fit to say, Tracy, but it is respectable. If that was a woman on the street, as a man, I would be applauded for changing that woman's life. If I was a woman and that was a man on the street, wouldn't even be no Hollywood movie. That you have to accept. You have never seen a Hollywood movie of hypogamy. You've seen of hypergamy, Pretty Woman. The prostitute marries the rich man. So I see some of y'all heads shaking. Can we get the rest of y'all heads to shake?
what
That's
about
so.
Tia Mori and her previous husband? That was because she married down. He did not have her sister money.
Let's talk about that.
I agree back.
Is he successful?
Now,
He's successful now that he married her or divorced her. Which one? I want to see what side you lie on.
probably now that he married her, he didn't initiate the divorce.
Do you have evidence for that? Do you think that he had
was
nothing?
a struggling actor
So is she.
at a bus stop. She picked him up after.
Name me one thing she acted in after Sister Sister.
What's the twin movie? 17 again. That was after Sister Sister.
So you mean to tell me after all the fees and stuff, she's not a struggling actor?
The Game. No, she's not a struggling actor.
You're telling me she's not a struggling actor. You telling me that she
Reunion? Goes... Oh my god.
I'm not defending him. I know exactly. I know the whole situation, but I'm asking you.
No, she's not a struggling actor. Just because you don't see her in every. She's not as out in the open as she was when she was on Sister Sister, but she does other things.
So why are there massive documentaries on Netflix right now explaining how just because you're an actor doesn't mean you're getting paid? Why is there a writer's strike and an actor's strike? Why is Monique? Why is Monique right now saying that she's still not getting paid for the Moesha spinoff? No. If anything, the Parkers. If anything, Monique got proven right after Cat Williams. After Monique, y'all dogged her. She is 100% proven right now. Y'all gonna have to exonerate her. Y'all gonna have to do that because y'all dogged her between. But I've never seen two Black celebrities more mistreated than Monique and Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, y'all all said Megan Thee Stallion got she ain't get shot. He ain't do that. You know what? Found guilty. See, there I go again, Anne-Marie, sticking up for women. Sticking up for women, and women don't like it. Don't even make no sense. I'm not saying that Tia was not successful. I'm saying that she did not pick someone who also was not successful. And if she did, and then she divorced him for being abusive, because that's what she did, and other stuff, then you proven my point, not your point, because they're not married. And she's now she's now defending herself in social media comments for her choice and for her stand up and living her life.
Tia from Tia and Tamara, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
And right now, I follow this stuff. I follow this stuff because ATS TV. So everybody's actually shocked how much information I know about what she just brought up. I just busted Ebony on Ebony. I know you can't bring up the NFL. Don't think I don't know about the NFL. Now, in fairness, can't verify what I just said. Neither can you, but we'll even give her that she did marry down. That's 1 out of 3.5 billion. Think about this, Anam. Think about how you were raised. I'm not saying you were raised properly. I'm not saying Susan was raised properly. I'm just saying you were raised that if you ever bring someone home, like we got the whole phrase, don't bring someone home you can't bring home to mama.
They can't use your comb, don't bring them home.
My mother even
don't marry
said
someone you can't carry through the threshold.
Okay, hold on, Ada. She brought up a whole. That's not just a Black thing. That's an Indian thing. Lindsay is not allowed to bring a white man home.
Really, Lindsay?
She don't have to leave the country. Yeah. Okay, y'all didn't hear what.
And that right there shows like the different. We talking about social construct. That's the different social construct depending upon where your social area is, because that is accepted in some and not accepted in others based on your particular society. Because it's made up, like you said.
It's made up. It's all made up. Me and Lindsay talk all the time. Ain't no difference between the Indian woman. I told her, if we talk about it, ain't no difference between the Indian woman and the Black woman. Can't name one of them bringing nothing home but the race. They both got to be submissive and subjective. Y'all want to act like I'm not telling the truth around here. In India, you call it the slums. In America, you call it the ghetto. I mean, I'm struggling to find out the difference. It's all weird. It's all made up. It's all made up. The Bush, by the way, if you as in tune as me, the Indian election that just happened was a bombshell. Tell Lindsay to type in the chat right now. The election, you got to remember the free election, the free democratic election that just happened in India last week, or just concluded, I should say, is the largest democracy on the planet of the planet. 1.4 billion people. Anyway, and I'm just saying, wow, it was a bombshell. Who won was expected to win, but 90 seats given up. Anyway, don't mind me for being educated. I'll just move on. Don't just move on. I pay attention to all this stuff. All this stuff affects my money. Any election affecting what I can do in India, I am paying attention to. You hear me? I got notes on it. I ain't lying to you. I got pictures on it. I got a whole note. Jay, I'm like this here. When is going on? I know everything. I knew everything about Brexit before. Man, I know what's going on.
That remind me of the eyes of Squid Games.
for sure. For sure. Me and Dad watch that about every night. Okay. Here's the deal. Maybe, just maybe, Enid will admit out loud that she cannot bring home a struggling man to mama. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can, but that didn't stop me.
We not talking about your personal decision. We talking about
Yeah.
social construct. Okay.
Yeah, she even told me once. Well, I couldn't sometimes even bring myself home, but but because of the choices I made, like in clothing or stuff, I was a rebel. Anyway, but
Susan
yeah.
was a rebel too. Susan brought home an entrepreneur with no job.
Oh, yeah, no, my mother told me to throw that person out, and she would buy me a whole new closet of clothes for 2 seasons or stuff like that. But yeah, so I got even more stubborn. But yes, it's true.
Again, I say Susan in the 80s brought home a man with no job and a white Cadillac. He was a drug dealer or a con man. You hear me? Either way, he was not reforming the way entrepreneurship is so glorified today. Y'all don't understand. That just happened in like 2008.
Yeah, it was taboo.
I really think the Great Recession made entrepreneurship acceptable. That just happened. That's not the 80s. It's most certainly not the 90s when I started. In the 90s, when I started being an entrepreneur, if in the 90s, I was a drug dealer. I had to watch the way I wore my beeper. If my beeper wasn't on the outside, I was a drug dealer. Now some of that's got to do with my society and stuff, but outside of that, Susan was a rebel too. You can't be bringing home this man who sold to banks and ain't a bank manager. That's not how it works. But
So true. My mom thought he was cool because he had these nice clothes on, but my dad, and the next morning when he came to our house, my brothers were sitting there and they didn't like it at all.
There you go. That's out the horse's mouth, y'all. Y'all hear me? Y'all heard it from the horse's mouth. Okay. You 80s, 90s, entrepreneur. In fact, we didn't even call it entrepreneur. We didn't start calling entrepreneur to 2000. I don't know what year Feel I have to find it out. I don't know. It was never called entrepreneur. I don't remember. Let me just say that. I don't remember entrepreneur. I don't remember the word entrepreneur in the 80s or the 90s. What the hell did we call ourselves? We were just in
No
business for
job.
ourselves. Yeah, I don't know what we call ourselves. I don't know what but it wasn't entrepreneur.
Self-employed.
Unemployed.
Unemployed. Okay, you both right that we called ourselves self-employed, making Susie right. They called us unemployed, making
Right.
Tracy right. Self-employed was the term. That's exactly what it was. Self-employed was the term. That is crazy true, at least until 2008, as I see it. I could be wrong in the years, but it's in the 2000s. It's definitely in the 21st century. It's definitely the 21st. Remember, all of us are old enough to remember you having a trade meant you dropped out of school. Now it's like go get a trade, don't go to school. But if
I'm
you
gonna
were
get offended when someone says get a trade because it just means that I wasn't smart enough to graduate from school.
exactly, and you raised by old school mama, you hear me?
My
If you
mama
had a
said
trade
she
then,
told me to get a trade, and I was like, I was
man,
offended.
it was only like 5 trades. Welding, come on, y'all, help me out.
Plumbing,
I need some older folk. Yeah,
electricity,
Carpeting.
Nutrition,
yeah. HVAC.
construction,
Yep. Yep.
and
Like what? Electrician or something like that?
Yeah,
And
electrician.
we had agriculture out here.
All right, so yeah, you show right because you show right. Look, when back in the day when you went got a trade, it meant that you had unstable income, you had a GED, you didn't graduate, and that on your weekends you was crushing cans, going to your auntie house and your uncle house saying, "Y'all got some cans in the trash can, give them to me." With the big black trash bags ain't come out to like the 80s. That wasn't something, at least in my memory, right? You had to do that. Then you had to, the more you can smash them, and then you would go to the little place, and then you would get $5 for them.
They went to another school, the trade school.
The trades, they
They
went to
separated.
yeah, you hear that? Separated. Another school. Put the peasants over there.
Yes.
Yeah, kidding. Social construct. Susan is right. They went to another, couldn't even, there was no graduate. Their graduation was, you know what we called it night school. There was a whole sitcom in which I love. I'm gonna find that. Grace, send me a reminder to line up to go on YouTube and look at all the night school episodes because night school was the bomb. Yeah, I remember the judge night court. It was called night court. Night court. That's what it's called. Night court. The judge. Anyway, y'all don't remember. Go ahead, Tracy. They too young, Tracy. They too young.
Yeah, that
I
was a
remember
good
Night
show.
Court. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great show. It really was. Go ahead, Tracy.
But see, so with all of that, that just shows how these social constructs are really like made up again. Because at one point in time, trade school was thought of in a certain way based on what someone created or said it was. Now, trade school is like we teach that now. We have a whole class that teaches you if you don't, everybody's not made for college. If you don't go to college, let's get you ready for some type of trade. But then I wanted to add because we were talking about like bringing somebody home, still to this day, depending on like your parents' social construct or whatever, it's still unacceptable to bring somebody home that's
that can't use
self-employed
your
or an
comb.
entrepreneur.
Because self-employed entrepreneur, yep.
Because they'll say the same thing. My mama say this all the time. She'll be calling people scrubs just because they don't have a job, which she considers if you don't have a job, some type of job, then you are not worthy. Like, period. And even if I say, okay, yeah, but this person is doing this or has their own business or whatever, if based on her social construct, a job means stability.
Fair.
And no matter what I say, it doesn't matter. And then with that, you know how we're talking about marrying up or dating up or whatever. What I realized is the challenge that, and I'll just say some people like me have, are that, especially with my age group now, if I wanted to date someone higher, then a lot of them aren't looking for someone that's an equal, or they aren't looking for, as far as finances, they're not looking for someone who's equal. They're looking for those that are less. And so, or less and younger. Let me say that. So if they are making all this money, they're not necessarily looking for a woman that's already established, doing her own thing, has her own money. They're looking for somebody that they can. This is what I've seen.
Sure.
Antonio, the trade schools, there was a whole, I don't know whether it was 60 Minutes or one of those things recently, that the trade schools are gone by because, you know, those skills aren't available anymore, but what they are teaching is technology. And all the training, like that, you know, you teach some of the people here, the tech people that you have.
Right.
And so that's one of the main things they're doing now is tech for people instead of the trade school, because those trades are irrelevant now.
Absolutely. So, whew, Susie, you just dropped.
Hold on, Tracy, you're muted.
Yeah, you just dropped so many facts so quickly.
True. I was
it's
that
like
teacher.
30 facts. Susan just said it. She said it so quickly too. I mean, she
Well,
dropped
what you're saying is
16-week
true.
semesters. Yes, go ahead, Tracy.
However, the other thing I was going to add though with that, because what's happening is a lot of those plumbers, the electricians, those trades that were taught, a lot of those people are dying off, but they're still relevant. However, the reason why we've been we had shifted to like this whole tech, but now they're like, hey, wait a minute, we need welders. Like literally last week when I met with my summer school kids, over half of them in the class want to be welders and electricians and things, because now they're back pushing that, because that industry, we still need electricians, we still need plumbers, but we don't have them. And we made those trades like, oh, who wants to be a plumber? We made them seem like they were jobs that were beneath people, but yet everybody, if your sink back up, you need a plumber. And so now they're starting to push those trades back out there because of the fact that those are dying away. Like literally people are dying.
Right. And that's so in 1850, having a job was stupid. Having a trade was smart. The steam engine, the Industrial Revolution made having jobs smart, trade stupid. Now the AI revolution and the college being too stupid and charging too much people too much money revolution. That happened in 2008, by the way. It's like jobs are stupid, trades are better. You can say we've gone. It took us 100 years to go right back to what we should have been in the first place. What we should have been further. Just for fun, I did find night school. I put the first 2 seasons out. I did find night school. I put the first 2 seasons out in the Zoom chat. But if you go to the Zoom chat, then I'll just zoom in on one of them. At least we can at least see one. But there is the cast. Like here's season 2, here's season 1. Hilarious. I mean, Night Court. I keep saying night school. Hilarious. Yeah, I can see a little bit. Right. I didn't push play or something. But yes, there you go. Season 1. So I did find that at Movies Joy. I did find that. I did find that. There you go. The 2 seasons, season 1 and 2. Yeah, the cop with the bald head, the big tall guy with the bald head. Too funny. That's like, which we need to finish Eureka. Then we need to finish Eureka. I want to wrap this up with hard science, as I promised. But before we do, I want to go back to Tracy and Susan because they are spitting facts right now. Hopefully, you all can see genuinely that social constructs have nothing to do with your opinion. Well, everything to do with your opinion, because you're the one keeping it alive in a whole bunch of ebonies. But then, so ebony has good hair. That's a social construct in itself. So black people don't have good hair.
Yeah.
It's a social construct in itself. And then, so only white people have good hair. We say ebony has good hair because it looks European. It's the only reason why it's good hair. Now I'm not talking about. I'm not even trying to put white people in this situation or whatever you want to call it. I'm talking about a black social construct. I'm not talking about like it's not my intent to bring up race. It's my intent to bring up black people and the opinion of Ebony's hair. That's my intention here. Okay, that's my intention here. And that's a social construct in itself. Social there's gray in my beard. That means 18 to 24 is like, that's my man right there. That's a social construct in itself. It is. But now, in fairness to that, there's a lot of science behind why women mature faster than men and then want older men as they're younger. It's because y'all are born with all your ovaries the moment you're born. That's why you typically start puberty first. Like you can never generate an ovary. You're born with them. Once you're done, you're done. It's just science. Men have to wait to puberty to start creating sperm. However, what y'all don't know is we create 1,000 sperm cells per heartbeat. Per heartbeat. This is why the need to reprocreate is in the male testosterone. In the male testosterone. But a lot of these things do have a scientific backing. But can we see how trauma and wanting to be accepted is forcing us to accept constructs that we're not supposed to be at? Now, I'm only talking to one person. I'm going to text this one person right now. I'm going to text just one person, the number one. If you don't get the text number one, I ain't talking to you. Okay. If you get the text number one, please don't show it on you. Just respond back number one. So we on the same page. But do not go, oh my God, he talked about me, girl. Don't do that, please. Okay. I'm only talking to one person. There is a reason. Let me make sure before I start. There is a reason. Well, I guess they'll find out later. Back to hypergamy. Got it. There is a reason why who you should be with. You keep going now? Because everybody don't grow at the same speed. And some me. Nam yo horenge kyo. Okay. Let me make sure. There's a reason why some of you people, male or female, you start to say, if you would just act like this, or if you would just do this, we could be together. But what ends up happening, and that's not judgmental, that's you knowing we tried this before. When we tried it, it didn't work that way. We need more because there's a societal element. And let me hear you. The person I text number one to, y'all ready? Y'all not finna like this. Y'all not finna like what I'm about to say. But there's a person or two that's gonna be like, you right, Antonio. I'm glad you said it too. And if you one of them people, go ahead and scream out loud that you right, Antonio. I'm glad you said it too. You deserve the right to be vain. Because it's not vanity. Allow me to explain. Susan, which I did not text one to.
Get him in the studio. You just rhyme. You ain't even know it. Keep going.
Susan has the right to say, Phil, you're going to eat this because when we go out, I don't want to be embarrassed because you're embarrassed. You got it like that. See that? I don't want Phil. You can't get the 300 pounds. That's not who we are. That's not, I don't look like that. I don't date men like that. I'm not telling you I won't love you like that. But you gonna be embarrassed. And it's gonna make me embarrassed. So let's just avoid all that because I like my man to look as good as me at a banquet. And Susan would not be wrong. That's why she chose a man in a white Cadillac. You understand? You understand? No. This is fair. This is fair. This is fair. This is fair. Now I'm gonna flip that and watch how y'all don't like this. And a man has the right to say, I don't want my woman to look like that. See, look at that. that didn't take that but 1 second. It was all good when the women said it. Now, so the man said it's all
No, but
bad.
now we body shaming, or they're not wearing it for us anyways. So we shouldn't be saying nothing about what they wearing
fair.
because we
He's
can't
right.
control them and we not their daddy. But we
He's
only
right.
they daddy when they want us to be their daddy.
He's still right. Okay.
Why you gotta say it like
He said that with some like pain.
He tell you, it's a little pain. Yeah, he was talking about Teresa. He know Teresa for real. It's Teresa Wilkins, and she got him messed up, and she lives 2 blocks down the street. No, it's not. I just made up that whole name. This nothing.
That is actually not a made up name, sir.
It's not. Oh, okay.
For Jalen, it may be, but there is a real Teresa Wilkins out in the world.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying that he
Well,
know. I thought it was gonna get real.
that's my
juicy.
classmate, actually.
Sorry.
Teresa Wilkins is my classmate. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's where I pulled it from. Oh well. Oops. Sorry, Teresa. You caught you astray. Sorry. You caught you a whole stray. Now to the woman that I text 1 to, it is perfectly okay for you to say, listen, this is what attracts me, and this is what arouses me. And now I have to explain. We got 3 things to talk about before I start drawing the whiteboard. Ina needs to become Deanna. No, I had these conversations with Deanna all the time. Let me use Deanna. Deanna needs to own what arouses her, not just what attracts her. Let me explain the difference. Arousal and attraction are not the same thing. Attraction is a social construct that you've placed together and said, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. And you're right, because you do like it. You got any emotion behind it. Arousal is just a chemical and biological response. This is why if you were to, this is why you can have a dream and your body goes through all emotions, because that's arousal. You ever thought about somebody that got turned on? Like they weren't even there. They miles apart, sometimes 1,000 miles apart. You need to hurry up and get over here. When your plane coming? Right? You know what I'm talking about? All right then. Okay, so some of y'all get what I'm talking about. The rest of y'all saved. The rest of you have no sexual organs whatsoever. It's just me, Tracy, Ina, Ebony, and Deanna with sexual organs. The rest of y'all,
No, you
y'all
see
don't
me
have-
over here. Jesus, chill.
Okay, that's arousal. Here's the deal. Number 1, if you keep denying your arousal and picking people who do not arouse you biologically, chemically, you're going to hate those people. Because it's not enough to be with someone and them not to arouse you. It's not enough. Yes, that's a good man. Yes. Hold on. I'm gonna say this next sentence. I'm gonna say this next sentence a text message. Because y'all too damn smart. And okay, because y'all too smart. Y'all get on my nerves, all this high IQ y'all got. Susan been figuring stuff out. She knew what I was going to talk about 30 minutes ago. Y'all too smart. All right, I said that. Yes, blank, 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 blank in the text. That's got nothing to do with you're not aroused or lost your arousal.
So this is where you're saying like females will put a boy in a friend zone because they're cute and they're whatever. They got the whole thing, but they just
don't arouse you.
okay.
Don't get the. I'm gonna put it in, I can't even put it in the chat. It's such a. They don't make it throb. Whatever, however you want to process that information is up to you. I got nothing to do with that. I'm safe, Noella. I don't know nothing about these conversations. You understand? I don't know nothing about this stuff. I don't exchange no bodily fluids. That's disgusting. Disgusting. Okay, it's disgusting. What I'm saying, and listen, the person I said number 1, 2, no, God doggone well, I'm right. Because you don't be that person. I gotta put this in text message. Okay. And let me say, and not get scooped up by 4, 5 people. There we go. By 4, 5 people. It should be 4, 5 people going, yeah. You live with me now. They should have 5 houses. Where you live at? Well, I got a house in Dickinson. I got one, and I'm making these places up. You know, I got one in Maui, and another one in Canada. Right? It should be like that. You hear me? It should be like that. Okay. It should literally be like that. Reason being is 2 things, which allows me to draw on the whiteboard. Thing number 1, Ina keeps social constructing somebody she don't want to be with. I'm just saying names. That had nothing to do with Ina. I just literally said a name. Has nothing to do with Ina. Jalen keeps social constructing someone she don't want to be with. So, Antonio, what's your main point here about this little section? My main point is, Grace,
So
that you're letting. I got you, Jalen. Just 1 second. You letting your religion, Grace, stop your arousal, and it is your arousal that has all the energy behind it.
well, what if you are confused thinking that person could or is that, but it just ain't there right now?
I got 2 answers for that question. If you're confused at that, if me and Tracy, if I want to date Tracy and I'm confused about if Tracy could be or if I don't know, 2 things are factually that I should do right now. The first thing I should do is I should say to myself, okay, should I be dating at all? If the answer is yeah, I should. Yes, I should. Okay, then the second one is more true. You ready for this, Noella? Because I'm about to make everybody go. Everybody about to clutch their pearls. Masturbate. Yep. Let me tell you why. No, let me tell you why. I tell you, clutch your pearls. Let me tell you why. Go and masturbate. Go and get yourself off, and then look at Tracy. Post PNC is a banger. It is truth. Before you go out on a date, me and Tracy got going on a date. I need to, if I can't figure it out, if I'm confused and if I'm so, I need to masturbate 30 minutes for that date. Then I can actually pay attention to what she's saying. Because arousal is very powerful. It's very, very powerful. And then when I look at her with PNC, I don't know, put what PNC mean out there. Okay. Somebody, they say they don't know what that means. Post, it's something. PNC. I'm gonna let him say it. I'm gonna go ahead. Post nut clarity is what it means. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all. Y'all ever you ever slept with someone and went, what the why? I don't even know. I just slept with you.
Yes.
Come on. And so it's just 2 of us, huh?
Everybody just
Your mic is on, Ebony.
What did you say? Yes.
She said yes with such disgust too. Ooh, it was Damon and Damon. Oh my God. I don't know why I slept with Damon. He just got
He said he was talking, he was just talking, and I did not fall for it.
It's the two answers to Jalen's question. If you're confused, I'm not confused if in 30 minutes, if I'm not confused if I go, should I be dating? No. All right, you know what? Tracy, we're going to cancel. Or rub one off, go on Tracy date and be like, all right, so what you want to do today? I promise you would think a lot clearer when your hormones are not overriding your thinking. I'm not being nasty. It's called science. It's called science. You better start respecting science. Because some of us get real bored. Ain't nothing to do. Then them hormones gonna be like, no, you're gonna do something. You know what we do when we bored. And then Ebony pick up her phone and start scrolling down her phone. And she call who she want, but he busy. All right, I got my back up. He tripping. Got my back up.
He still lives with his wife.
That's a fact, actually. This is 2024. And call my backup. He was like, bang up. And then she wind up, and then it's 10 names later, she like, he free in the mug. And now all of a sudden, there you go. In a situation you ain't want to be in. Why? Because you understand. And you be you keep faking with me all I want to, but me, Tracy, Deanna, we know what we talking about. Like God dog it.
I was gonna say after I kept the starting lineup for basketball team. Once I got to the bench, it was
I think I was your third option, right? Was I number 3?
Anyways,
this is a fact. No, they need this is a fact. This is a fact.
If you missed it on the bench,
Great answer, D.
I'm
finna go to the draft. We finna go out
Jay.
and add to the draft.
It was that's what it was J and C. You know what? I get it now. I get it, Ina. It was J and C. We know that for a fact. But she's saying no, baby. You was option number 6. That's why she said anyway. No. That's what it was. I get it now.
By the time I got to you, it wasn't no.
She's just trying not to hurt my feelings, Anne Marie. She's trying to say 3. Boy,
I'm talking about
you wouldn't even option. You wouldn't.
She's saying exactly what I would be saying.
Exactly.
The draft is crazy.
My ass, Deanna. I was option number 3. I was option. If you wouldn't.
Oh, that's cute. If he thinks he was only 3.
Exactly, Anne Marie. Exactly. If you wouldn't have went to the hospital, I wouldn't even jumped up to option number 1. Why are you over here playing?
I'm talking about back in the day. You said I called my first pick. He busy. Second, third. I'm saying if I get to the 4th one.
Anne Marie,
ain't nobody paying attention.
Right. I wouldn't option number 3.
We finna go to the draft. We finna go out and go to the draft. We finna draft somebody new because y'all tripping. I need a new one.
Tracy, I wouldn't even her option. I wouldn't even in the starting roster. You hear me?
She said, "I don't chase, I replace."
Because I wasn't around.
That is it,
Anne Marie. I'm talking about
right.
I know, but if it wasn't for the hospital,
you was number 1.
No, that made the hospital. The hospital made me number 1.
Let me explanation something to you, sir.
Please, by all means, I am interested.
It was ACJ.
At that time.
Period.
Okay, that's fair. That's why I'm here. Okay, that's why I'm here. I'm the man. All right. I like being the man. Thank you. Even if he lied to me, I'm gonna accept it as truth because I like being the man.
That is the truth.
Good answer, Deanna. Good answer.
I mean,
that's what I'm talking about, D.
Tracy, what the hell I want the truth for? Lie to me. Lie to me.
No, that is true. That is true.
Make you feel good. Stroke that ego.
No, Deanna said what you was gonna say. I say that all the time. Tell them I tell you that all the time. Deanna, tell him I tell you that all the time.
You tell me what all the time.
Nah, lie to me.
Yeah, he does.
Fuck, I want the truth for.
I still don't lie to him, but he does.
Let me help y'all out. I'm gonna make sure this is clear so everybody can understand.
My language, but karma's big.
What do I want the truth of? Susan, why do I want to be doing this? Lie to me. So I ain't gotta do this. It's not like I'm gonna know. And don't get no conscience and tell me on your deathbed. You die with that shit.
Really?
Die with it. You hear me? Die with it. You tell the truth on because I understand. I understand something. It just makes you feel better. That shit is not making me feel better.
Question. So is that why men feel like they need to just lie and not tell the truth because they don't want to be told the truth too? So then they don't tell the truth back? Oh, my bad.
I'm not sure if that's a good question. I'm gonna just tell you why I have lied. I tell you that from my perspective. I have lied because I actually it was never to protect someone. That was never the case. It was never this. I didn't lie to Ina because, and I don't lie often because lying is an offense to self. But back in the day, I didn't lie to Anne Marie because I was trying to protect her from what I did. I lied to Anne Marie because I was trying to protect myself because I knew I shouldn't have did it, and Anne Marie was my catch. That's why I lied. I lied for self-preservation. Let me just keep it real with you.
I have to agree.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna do it for me.
Yeah, I didn't lie to protect Dion. I lied because I ain't want to lose it. Because if you cheat, who you get caught with is who you stuck with.
But then why do it in the first place? That's a whole nother lesson. I'm just saying.
This is why I adopted a new philosophy. If I cheat, it's gonna be way better than you. Because if I gotta get stuck with somebody, I'm gonna get stuck up. Yeah,
I mean, you should always be trying to one up, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, like, to me, it ain't even worth it if she not better than what I already got. What's the point?
I'm saying, I'm a cheat, I'm gonna get stuck up.
Like if you're not even better than my friends, and because I have girlfriends. If you're not at least as good looking or better than my friends, what's the point?
I need
pick one of them.
Bro, and I need dog her out.
I need much
exactly,
more.
And then they gonna get on my ass.
I need you to be much more than attractive. Listen, Susan, I need you to be a flight attendant so I can get free flights. You understand? So I need you to be the first lady of the United States so I get free insurance. Like, this is what I'm thinking. I'm a big thinker, Susan. I don't need we ain't talking about no looks. Like, I need you to own the country club so I get membership. You understand? Or own the car lot so I can just drive any car, on a dealer's license. This is what I'm thinking, and stuff like that, because I'm just thinking differently. So to end this, and we're 4 minutes. We'll end about 3 minutes. I don't need much time to draw. Your trauma is, so here's all the wave of possibilities that you can be. This is what Susan and Tracy are calling free will. This is what the Bible is calling the age to come. That if you believe and do not doubt, you can get this. And this is where Tracy, this is how fine Tracy is, y'all, right here. Look. Right there. Look how fine she is. Her leg ain't even connected. And let me give her. I'm not even sure what kind of ponytail it is, but you are fine. That is a very mathematical ponytail. You hear me? That's 90 degrees.
Thick.
And then, and I don't know what kind of split end you got going on here. I don't know what's wrong with your left leg. I'm not sure why it's not connected to your body. Oh, no. She's a girl. There you go. Now she got a boob. Oh my God. She got a boob. Just one.
Reverend.
Just one boob. That's Tracy. That's Tracy. That's just Tracy. That's Tracy.
At least give her a nipple too.
Oh my God. That might be too much. We try to keep it Disney Channel. But Tracy, congratulations. These are summer body goals. There you go. Summer body goals. Ain't God good? Look how you woke up deformed. You woke up deformed. Okay. Tracy uses her free will, but the problem is trauma Trauma then, I promise I'll be done. I'll be done by 2:08. Trauma then takes all this infinite possibility and then puts it into one molecule, one particle to be specific. So one thing possible, all these beautiful things, Dion, and he goes, nope, I want this. Dion goes, you know what? I'm gonna be young, happy, and healthy. Dion goes, nope. I'm gonna get whatever my family history is. That's it. Ina goes, I'm gonna be a bestseller author. And then her trauma goes, ain't nobody like you gonna be no bestseller author. That's it. You can only get one. So when I tell y'all, I'm done in 2 minutes. When I tell y'all, you can only experience one thing at a time. What I'm actually telling you, Ina, is you can only get one particle of experience at a time. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. So what I've been doing all day is, Dion, where you at, Dion? Share on my to-do list real quick. I told Dion to hold me accountable.
Say it again.
Read to them my to-do list is in line now. I told you to hold me accountable. I've been doing this all day. I wrote 5 books this weekend, pumped them all out. Ghostwriting, pumped them all out. Everybody's getting updates on where they at. I got 18 books to write, and I can't wait to finish. I'm looking forward to finish 18 because I need y'all off my neck. Y'all get on my nerves. Just period. I ain't want you on my neck. On my nerves. I finished 5 books this weekend. Do you understand how cold you got to be? No book was less than 40,000 words. 5 books. Read my to-do list, Dion.
All right. This is my to-do list today. Book contest, personal home loans, business credit and credit cards, business government funding, personal credit, getting 500K for D6 LLC.
That's all I'm doing today. Ain't doing nothing else. Now here's the deal. The reason I brought that up, not as an update. I'll update y'all to 16th. Reason I'm doing this is because I can only experience one thing at a time, Tracy. So I'd rather experience a heavy flow of cash and D6 and in my personal life. See, I'm not complaining. I'm making moves. So out of this 208, no, go ahead.
So this is just kind of getting full circle. So this is basically going back to what you said, what if doing everything grinding in the valley before you go to make the peak the biggest peak ever. Am I catching this right?
You're catching it. Right is an understatement for the way you just caught it. You're catching it superbly. You feel me? Like you did a good job. And you deserve more credit and more props for what you just did. 100%. 100%. My son turns pro in September. I gotta now, but it didn't catch me by surprise because he's already working on it. You know how much money I have to make and then spend to send my entire family to Spain, which happens to be a 2-hour flight away from Ina, and then live in 2 countries. I have to live in Madrid and I have to live in America.
You ain't gotta be here.
I mean, true, but you know, the freckle one, I kind of like being around the freckle one, so you understand. So I got to do both. Got to do both. Got to see his games, and then I gotta get in her game. You can't plan better. You can't dominate. My bad.
Thank you so much, Reverend.
There you go, Grace. Come on, Grace. I see you living, Grace. Okay. Tracy got it. Do you understand? Tracy got it. Tracy got it. All right, y'all. Your trauma is affecting all your results to just what it can be. your social constructs that you created. That was the point of today. All right, see you later. So I'll see you at 7 for Phil and Susan. There you go. All right, y'all have a good one. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.